Sportshedtv are back for another week. Anzac round, we're getting excited. We get a little break on Monday, and then we get 2 games on Tuesday, which will be awesome. But how was your week, boys? Josh, slowly recovering?
Yeah, got a bit sick, and then I watched the doggies play and I got even more sick. So it was a tough week for me. Tough week. How about you boys?
Yeah, week was good. It's our Easter.
Yeah.
So plenty of food.
Yeah,
family time.
Big weekend. It was our Easter. Started off with a good Friday win for me for Manly. That was great. And then, had a big few nights at church. That was nice. And that was beautiful. And, ready to kick on to this week.
Yeah, I've kicked on some extra prayers for my Roosters because we went down on Friday. But, look, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Robbo will have us good for the back end of the year, but a bit disappointing there. But the weekend was good. Lots of time with family. Went to the footy with the missus.
Nice.
Lots of chocolate, by the way.
Lots of chocolate. Pimples everywhere. HD camera, they can probably see it even better. So it's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yes.
But on to the week of sport, which is what everyone's here for.
That's right.
Josh, how would you wrap up that week?
I think there were some predictable games and some we just didn't see coming, like Penrith v Knights. Yeah,
I mean, look, that's the first one we'll go through. Penrith v Knights. Knights at home pulled in a crowd of 27,000 people. That's just incredible. Like, it's the rugby league heartland up there. They love it, and they did so well. I was so happy for them. They were killing it. I had a few friends there. They were messaging me. They were so excited, and they were just sending me like blue and red, those blue and red circle emojis. I'm like, settle down, kid. But no, they killed it. And then Penrith, like Nathan Cleary, ice in his veins. So cringe to say, but it's so true. He just ices almost every moment, and that set in Golden Point.
Yeah.
To run, what was that, 65 metres or something, 70 metres?
Defines Penrith.
Yeah, like...
Nothing. No, I can't say anything. It was just too good. It's too good.
That's why they're the team that went back-to-back. Like,
yeah, exactly right.
What an effort. But Newcastle was so good. Tyson Gamble, I didn't predict that he'd be the one to kick that field goal.
Yeah, I know. Credit to him. Can I say something about this?
Yeah.
Penrith v Knights. I think we can all say that Knights deserved something out of that, right?
Yeah.
I think they worked hard and hustled all the way to the end, unlucky. But I don't know who it was on NRL 360. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does AFL have a point system where it's 4 points for a win?
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
Right, so that one of them was saying we should do this for the NRL because Nice didn't deserve to come away with 0. They said if it went to Golden Point, the winner should get 3 points and 1 for the loser.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's always been like this. You either win or you lose or you draw.
And that was another point of that's the best thing about sport.
Yeah.
You got a winner and a loser. So.
I've said this for a long time, and I wish this was the case. Golden Point should not exist. It should just be extra time. 10 minutes of extra time. Yeah. That way we don't need to see teams getting into positions and go for a predictable field goal. Actually play footy for 10 minutes, see if you can score a try. And then if it's a draw at the end of it, it's a draw.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think you're both correct. It's tough to lose a game when the Knights are in it. They probably played better throughout the whole game, and to lose and not touching the ball next time is pretty upsetting for the fans as well. So there could be a change coming, but I don't know. It's hard to see.
It distinguishes the good teams from the great teams, though. The great teams can be out of a game, get it to Golden Point, and then have that clutch moment. Yeah. It took them a minute to win it. Like, that was just that TV show. But Manly versus Storm, speaking about getting wins, you guys at home, I know Seabold said he wanted to try to build, or Josh Alloway said, after one of your early wins this year, I think it was against Para, and he was like, we want to build a fortress here. And then I was like, sounds cool, but I don't know if it'll happen. And then Seebs earlier in the week was like, if the boys can't get up for a home game against Melbourne, then I don't know when they can get up. Something along those lines. Yeah. That should have been our sign to tip Manly, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, Manly came out ready to play, and I don't know, they wanted to win more than Storm.
Storm didn't even look that bad. Manly just were better.
Yeah, they didn't look that bad. The only thing I can say is no Meanie, but he's not a match winner, so Tommy's back.
Yeah, I think it was a fair playing ground at the end of the day because we did have Cooper Johns there. No, dissing to him, but
And you guys didn't have Gary?
We didn't have Garrick either, which was a big one, and Vega caused havoc in that game, to say the least. But in terms of why Brookvale is so important to us. It's the same thing as Belmore. You're literally over the top of the players.
Yeah.
You are so close to the ground. You're in the ear of absolutely everyone. It's not like a core stadium where you can't hear anything and the players are so far away from the stands and the fans. It's amazing how Manly is. You're just literally on top of them, and you can hear this noise of the impact of the players. You can feel the sweat. You can feel everything in the game.
Yeah,
it's
it's
amazing.
so good. But we should head down there soon, eh?
Yeah, we should.
Boys, I got one thing. Does Ola Kawatu deserve to be in Origin?
I thought Keon was doing better than Ola Kawatu, just I find him a bit more consistent and gives away less penalties. But now he's injured. The spot's looking good for Keon. For Ola Kawatu.
Yeah, at the start of the season, I would say yes, but yeah, I'll say his discipline is the only thing. I said the only thing that's holding him back.
Fair point.
Yeah, for me, that's.
We need the aggression off the bench for sure. I don't think he'd start.
Yeah, he wouldn't. I don't think he'll start. Yeah, off the bench most likely. Yeah.
I'd definitely put him to start. I think Ola Kawatu is a person you need in New South Wales Origin side. Someone to come in, put some big hits, and he'll be there for anyone to back him up if there's a fight.
We need someone who hates Queensland and who grew up watching Queensland beat us, and that's him. So, look, he's a hard hitter. He's a great player. Just the discipline, like off the bench, yes, but if he's starting and Queensland get into his head,
I know. Have you ever seen Olam not be able to get up? By the way,
yeah, what a tackle! Holy,
wow, that's all I was to say. That was amazing.
That was messed up. But another thing that was messed up was my Roosters going down to the Sharks. Close game, really close game, and then the last 10 minutes kind of fell apart. I know Radley, everyone's like, oh, I got sin bin again, but the sin bin was because Teddy told him to do that because he wanted to captain's challenge that there was a knock on by the Sharks. So I don't really care about that sin bin in the last few moments, but to be honest, I feel like they looked at Mulatalo's try, whether his foot was out from a billion different angles and spent minutes on it, and then Collins got 30 seconds and 2 angles. Did the ball hit the line? I guess we'll never know. From one angle, it looked like it, but maybe they should have assessed everything. If that gets given a try, we win 18-6. We're up 18-16 with a few minutes to go. It changes the game, but that's not the reason we lost. Would have been better to have a better look at it, but Sharks are really good. Hines is really good. Roosters just... Look, I think myself and a lot of fans, we're still living in 2018-19, which sucks. I'm not going to get too emotional. I'll let the boys talk.
No, I don't think you guys played that bad. I think it was one of your better performances this year. And I think you start to find form. You got big ins this week, so we'll talk about that later. But I think Sharks, it was a game Sharks had to win and off a bye. And a tough loss at home against the Warriors. Yeah, they had to win.
Embarrassing one, yeah.
Don't you think, Adrian?
Yeah, 100%. I agree, Josh. Look, I think we can leave it at that. Sharks were just too strong at the end of the day. It's hard to beat them at home too. They're another one. And Roosters are yet to hit top form.
Yep. No, my doggies. This one hurt. This hurt. It wasn't another loss.
What hurt you the most? Karaz going down?
Oh,
that hurt, Josh.
You know what it was? When Karaz went down, I just had rage for Malik. I just had pure rage. The man just ruined his perfect season, and it's not his fault. It was two people in a tackle and pressure on the leg and cap any day of the week. But yeah, that loss, yeah. It's just sad because it's not the doggies I know. We're missing a lot of players. It's not why we lost. We had a chance to win that game, but we blew it. A few errors on our try line. But yeah, it's a tough one to take.
The loss that game says more about Parramatta than does about the Dogs. Para should have put 50 on them.
Yeah.
The attacking players have gone out the window because obviously there's no Addo-Carr there, and then obviously they lose Karaz early, and it's Parramatta, what are you doing? Why are you not attacking left and right straight away? I think Bulldogs forwards held in incredibly well. They could have leaked a lot of points. I know Regan Campbell-Gillard was outstanding, 200 metres, 9 tackle breaks, scored a try, but apart from him, no one else in that Eels pack damaged the Bulldogs pack at all. Max King was incredible.
Yeah.
Pangai, first game back, looked fit. Still 6 offloads and breaking tackles, back to his attacking best already. They just stuck in there, the Dogs. Yeah. Even though they lost, we knew they were going to lose once Karaz went down. But the first 20 minutes was super tight. I don't think anyone scored a point.
Yeah.
We were watching the game when Karaz went down. Obviously, we felt bad for him. But we kind of thought the Eels would get on top. But it took them a long time to get on top. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I was proud of the Doggies. They just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. I think it shows the culture they have this year. And I really do think that in all honesty, if they have their strongest squad possible, that they, I don't want to say this.
Here we go.
I was going to say title contenders. But, I'm just thinking, if you have Kick out there and you have Pengai Jr. at his best and you have Birdo having some help, finding Adokar on an early kick, just something different. And Josh, what did you say last week? It was something about two positions that you need to fix.
Halfback and
fullback. I think if you fix that, halfback and fullback, doggies are very close to.
Yeah, there's big changes coming. I think big changes. So
yeah,
I think next year is going to look good for us. And that 10-year rule, if you guys remember it, 1974, 1984, every 10 years we make the grand final. So 2024 we're winning it.
Okay. That's just bullshit, man. This guy's relying on just hope and pass it.
You know that?
Stats.
Look, you know what? Look,
you know it, you'll believe it.
I don't believe it. You know what else I don't believe? That this team will ever be good. This team is just in shambles. You guys didn't expect me to pull out a Tigers flag. West Tigers, #show your stripes. No one wants to show their stripes. No one. They're embarrassed. And I just keep thinking about it every single week. Apparently the Bye almost beat them, and that's not even a joke. I heard from a good source. The Anzac jersey, shambles. They got an American thing on it. Like, are you serious? And now they fixed it up and it looks really nice, but no one cares because the first one was shocking.
Well, what do you mean? They fixed it up. The first thing they switched up was Anzac, and it was the first image that came up.
Yeah, look, there's no effort there. I mean, look at their full-time score post every single week on their social media account. It went from saying full-time and the team names and the score, and then just full-time Tigers, then just FT, and the last one was no caption.
Yeah, it's embarrassing at this point.
Everything about the Tigers is embarrassing. They're so embarrassing that they have to give out these for free. For free. I paid $30 for my Roosters flag. What about you boys?
Oh, I don't have a flag, but yeah, I
wouldn't wave a blue and white flag either. But anyway, the Tigers, I just want to say they're so rubbish.
They're that rubbish. I'm pretty sure they might have to give out free tickets to the fans soon because
that's actually disrespectful to our desk. Yeah,
get them out because it's getting to a point like, why would you want to go watch a home game for Tigers when you just know they're going to lose?
Yeah, like.
The point is to hope your team has some chance of winning.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have any chance of winning anymore. Especially without Dewey.
Yeah, true. And if they beat Manly this week, what will you do?
Oh my gosh.
If Tigers beat Manly this week, what's Adrian doing?
Right. If they beat us fair and square without any sin bins or controversy like send-offs, I'll genuinely shave my head. Actually,
there we go.
They've got Brandon Wakeham playing in there.
Anyway, last time I made fun of Brandon Wakeham, you wrecked us.
He's a good bloke, honestly. Good bloke. But footy standards in comparison to the likes of, comparing to Cherry Evans, for example, yeah.
Yeah.
I know who that wins that matchup.
As long as they have Luke Brooks, they're not winning the game.
And a new fullback too.
Yeah.
I would love to add more, but I can't bash the Tigers too much, man. I might get jumped.
Yeah, let's go.
Sorry, apologies to FANZO. Big fan of the page. Josh, you want to run through the FANZO NRL tips for round 8, Anzac round, and then we'll get stuck into some questions from the fans.
Sweet as. Well, here are our sorry, let's start that again. Here are our round 8 FANZO tips. We're going with Penrith, Broncos, Sharks, Knights, Dolphins, Manly, Roosters, and the Melbourne Storm.
Beautiful.
Sounds good. Well, what are we running into now?
We're going to run into the fan questions.
Alrighty.
So questions from the fans. We put it out on our story. Put in your questions. We'll answer 4 each week. We try to get through them quickly, but we also want to give a great answer to all of them. So first one's from Will. And I know, unfortunately, we've had to leave. We got about 25 questions this week, and obviously we only pick 4, but just keep them rolling. We'll get to you eventually, and we try not to double up. So from Will, with all the injuries to the Bulldogs, where do you see their season going? Without a answer from a Dogs fan, we'll cross to you first, Age. With the injuries to the Dogs, where do you see their season going?
Not in the top 8, short and sweet.
Oh, the season going to get better. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
I think it'll build culture. A lot of people will come through. Look what happened to the Roosters when we had to breed. We had to blood Sam Walker. I know it was different times, but Sam Walker, Latrell Mitchell, even Joey Manu came in early. Connor Watson did, and we went through those rough seasons from in 2016. But it only made us better and stronger. So,
wow, a lot of positiveness, boys. Love it.
Yeah, a lot of. I don't think they make the 8 too.
Feel bad.
No, I don't think they. I agree. I don't think they make the 8. And Will, if you're a Dogs fan, I'm sorry, but I don't think they make the 8. But it makes them stronger for the long run.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mitch wants to know, what are your thoughts on the Broncos' success so far, off the back of a terrible end to season last year?
Yeah, I think it's no surprise of the Broncos' success. I think we all knew, to an extent, what Reece Walsh would add, but I didn't think we knew he would add this much and this much depth in their attacking. So I am pretty impressed with the Broncos so far, and they could go all the way if they keep playing this way. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't think they'd be first on the ladder, but I knew they had a good enough team. We've said it like over the last couple of years. They had a team to make a grand final, but they've let a lot of people down. So they're showing their good signs this year.
Yeah, they're looking good. I didn't think I had a bold prediction this idea that Reece Walsh would underperform, and just done the complete opposite. It's pretty good to see.
Yeah.
So it's good to see the Broncos doing well, because obviously they're a massive club in the NRL, massive fan base too. So good on them. Yeah. What are the thoughts on the season so far, off the back of a terrible end of the season? Thoughts are they've shocked me that they've done as well as they have. I thought they'd do well, make the 8, but not this good. Moody, big fan of the page. Moody. Warriors won't finish in the 8. Thoughts?
That's harsh, mate. How can you hate the Warriors? Like, if they're in the top 8, you gotta cheer them on. I think. Don't you agree?
I think the Warriors take Doggy's 8th spot.
Yeah, I think as everyone has seen, they're much better this year in every aspect, defense, attack. They look like they have more motivation this year. In terms of last year, they didn't look like they cared.
What's the fun fact about the Warriors, Josh, you gave us earlier?
What was the fun fact?
It was so funny, forgot. But the Warriors have only lost 1 game this year.
Oh yeah, they lost 1 game.
And it was to the mighty Chooks. But the thing is, they only lost by like a try or 2, and they were so close. They were in that whole game. They're playing better that game. So the Warriors are on. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, they make the 8.
Yeah, it looks like they do.
Unless they get like a massive injury, you know.
Nah, I reckon they make the 8.
I reckon if Sean Johnson keeps up his form, he's steering the ship, so they could do that for sure.
Warriors to make the 8 for the first time in forever. Julian, another great mate of ours. Will there be another charity event this year?
It's hard, man. It's commitment. It's commitment. What do you boys think?
Yeah, it was hard to plan. We'll do another Sportshedtv charity match, a rugby league one next year. We'll try to do one back in the year for a different sport, but
we'll see.
Yeah, we're hoping to do a soccer one at the end of the year, but it depends on our schedules and how busy we are.
Yeah,
we have a life too, so
it's tough. But we'll see how we go. But let's preview the round 8, Anzac round. One of my favourite rounds, to be honest with you. Mainly because Roosters versus Dragons every Anzac Day, and I've been going for most years, and it's just a great atmosphere. I think they do a great service to our troops, who have done an even better service for our country. So it's always good, and like, we lost last year, so we got to bounce back this year. I think we bounce back well, but we'll start with the first game Thursday night, Souths and Penrith. Josh and I have gone with Penrith. You went Penrith too, Age?
I did go Penrith.
And any thoughts on this game? Do you think it can be closer than what some people are thinking?
No, I think it'll be a close game. It's just Penrith know how to beat South Sydney in recent times, and it's hard to see South Sydney win this.
And they know how to get in their head too. Yeah. They know how to rile up Cody Walker.
Yeah.
They know how to take control out of the game, which we've seen consecutive times before. And I think, Josh, you said it as it is. Penrith know how to win against South Sydney.
Yeah, okay, easy as that, I agree. Para versus Broncos. This game, they're playing in Darwin, I think.
Yeah.
So it'll be hot up there, and it doesn't matter what the weather is. I think Broncos win this game.
Yeah, no matter where they are, I think Broncos win this game. Broncos in form. Para are playing okay, but not at the standards that Broncos are at.
Yeah, I'm with the Broncos too.
Yeah, Broncos just too far ahead at this point. Dogs and Sharks, look, unlucky Dogs. If Dogs were a full team, and like I know they've got like 8 injuries at the moment or whatever, 12. If they were at full strength, I think they give the Sharks a good crack, but I think the Sharks are just too strong for them at the moment.
Yeah, Sharkies. I mean, the fans won't travel to Core Stadium, but I'll tell you right, Nico Hines will be there and he'll steer the ship home.
Yeah, I'm going with the Doggies, just out of,
Okay.
I hope.
No worries, bro. Cowboys take on the Knights. I've gone with the Cowboys so many times this year, just thinking, okay, they'll bounce back. I supported the Warriors last week and still tipped at the Cowboys. I've got to go Knights this week.
Yeah, Knights win after a tough loss last week.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going for the Warriors. Going for the Cowboys this week. But just because they're at home, and every time I look at, I don't know about you, but every time I look at the team sheet, I go, what a side.
Yeah, same.
What a side. And then I see them play and I'm like, this doesn't reflect the people that are playing on the pitch and how they played last year, for example.
Yeah, it's sad because, like, what the hell's going on? Like, I don't think anyone has an answer. It's not like they've lost players, but now they don't have Tamalolo this week, which I think is a big loss in terms of their go forward. Ponga returns for the Knights. It's a big deal.
Yeah. This is 50-50, but Knights, just because they lost a close game, that's why I've got it from. That's the only reason.
I reckon they're hungrier than the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys are at home on like a 4-game losing streak. I reckon Knights know they could have beaten the Premiers, the reigning back-to-back Prems, and like, I don't know. That'd be I wouldn't say that'd be game of the round, but that's definitely one you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them one more chance, and that's it. Whoever they're versing next week, if you lose this week, Cowboys, I'm not backing you next week.
There we go.
There you go.
Dolphins and Titans is another one that you should watch. It's the first time these two teams verse each other. I guess they're the newest teams, eh?
Yeah.
When you think about it. So, look, the former babies of the comp and now the new babies of the comp. It's Dolphins and Titans. I'm going with the Dolphins here. Finn Diesel returns.
Yeah, it's a big in.
Titans aren't looking bad at all. Like, full credit to the Titans. They're a much better team this year than what they've been in previous years, especially defensively. But the Dolphins, like, they had shouts in that first half and then it all crumbled. But
yeah,
I feel like Wayne will get them up for this.
Yeah, I think if I match player to player, I think Dolphins win this game. Yeah.
I think the total opposite. I think if I match player to player, I'd go the Titans. And I think it's tight, don't get me wrong. And I think this will be a tight match. And the same thing in terms of player to player. But there's something about the Titans that lead me towards them. I don't know what it is. It's just, I rate them.
Yeah, Aaron Shop's out. But yeah, Jared Wallace and Felice Kafusi return for the Dolphins, and I think that's
two big ins.
I think they're big ins. Player to player, I don't agree with you, Josh. I actually agree with you. I think Titans player to player, like on paper,
especially the halves pairing.
Yeah.
Really?
But I'm liking what Cody Nikarima is bringing, and I genuinely think like Kafusi is the leader of that pack.
Yeah, I just look at an inexperienced half package in the Dolphins there with Katoa and Nikarima. I mean, Fozza, Kieran Foran, he's all class. And the boy's good too, so.
Taking a look at the bench, I mean, we cannot say that on YouTube, but...
Is that Payne Huss's brother?
No, yeah, that's...
Yeah, look, we actually don't even know who this is.
It has to be.
He looks good. Oh, actually.
Looks like...
He's 21.
You got to be related to him.
Somehow.
Oh no, it's spelled differently. Is it? No.
No.
So BKR confirm.
Yeah.
Or deny. Tigers and Manly. That's one thing we're denying. Tigers. They are no chance of winning this game. The Tigers. They are no chance. And if Tigers beat Manly, Adrian's going bold.
I'm literally going bold. There's no chance it could happen. We have two big ins this week. We have Garrick back and we have Schuster. And these guys took out Dewey. And Dane Laurie's on the bench and they got a new fullback playing for them. I don't even think they've got a chance of being within... It has to be 13 plus.
It's their fourth fullback this year.
Has to be.
Isn't it? It's their fourth fullback this year they've lined up.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Well, they've had Charlie Staines. They've had Dewey.
Staines, Dewey, Laurie, and now Buller. Wow. So...
What's his name?
Buller.
Hasbulla?
No, Buller.
Hasbulla's playing at fullback.
Really?
At this stage, that's probably what they need.
Well... We can't talk about the Tigers too much, and we don't talk about Manly too much because we get Adrian too excited. But like you said, Schuster's back, Garrick's back.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be 13 plus. It is played at Campbelltown though, so who knows what happened there?
It was last year. It was tight until Brent Nader decided to just flip a player.
Yeah.
So yeah,
flip Jakey.
Jake Turbo, nicest guy in the league. How can you do that?
Well, the Roosters need to flip a switch when they take on the Dragons at Anzac Day. I mean, look, they beat us last year. I was embarrassed. I was with my girlfriend and my cousin, two big Dragons fans, and it just wasn't pleasant. So I really hope the boys get the win. Sam Walker's been dropped, and that's massive. And I know, Josh, you've been quite vocal about Sam Walker's performance this year. I'm keen to see Manu in the halves. I really am. Angus Crichton returns. Tatili Tupanul returns. I got emotional Team List Tuesday. 4 p.m. I shed a tear. I'm so happy to see the boys back. It means a lot. Nathan Brown's almost returning. We'll finally get to see him actually play for us. Lodge was back last week. I also thought Lodge was gone last week. So
Yeah, he's still going into it.
I reckon Roosters 13 plus.
Yeah, I think so too. They should.
Don't give me that reaction and then agree.
They should. No, they should win 13 plus. If they don't, that's a worry.
All right.
There's a worry.
The only thing is, Dragons always somehow turn up for Anzac
game.
Day. Do it for the soldiers, so.
Yeah, they do it for the troops, but
Yeah.
Roosters do look too strong, eh?
how good's our jersey, man?
Yeah, well, is it the one you wore?
Yeah, the Bondi blue.
Yeah.
So representing the sea and the battle and everything like that, and representing the area. And I know the Roosters wore that colour back in the day as well. How shocking have some of these Anzac Day jerseys been, but some of them have been horrendous.
Can't go past the Tigers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
enough said. Storm and Warriors, this is always a good battle. I remember a couple of years ago the Warriors got robbed. I mean, every Warriors fans will say that happens every week, but they got robbed a couple of years back for Anzac Day, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
I think they're a better chance this year of winning than they have been for any other year, but I'm still backing the Storm. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I know Storm didn't play that well last week, but they've got Nas back this week. He's a big
Nelson.
in. And he'll help the forward pack.
Meaney back. Munster back at 5'8".
Munster back in the position. I think he actually not struggled at fullback. I just think he looked out of place last week.
Yeah, he was playing like a 5'8".
Yeah,
it was just the old liver shot. But yeah, I think he's massive at 5'8".
I think when Pappenhausen comes back too, they're really strong.
Yeah, I think so.
They look
So
good.
many people wrote the Storm off like to be a solid team this year, and they've just shown that they're the Melbourne Storm. Like
Literally, that's all you can say, eh?
Yeah.
Melbourne Storm.
It is. Well, with that being said, enjoy your round of footy, and we've got more stuff coming your way in terms of footy content. But Josh got a game for us. Want to take it away?
Yeah, the board games returned. So boys, you got your whiteboards again.
Yeah, we got it.
Back on the board. All right. So this week we're going to do Would You Rather, and you're doing a player career. So you're making your own player here. So basing off current NRL players. So we're going to start off. Would you rather Tedesco's tackle breaking ability, Tommy's composure, or Latrell Mitchell's strength? Write down your answer. If you want to show the camera and explain.
Alright, I'll start. I haven't gone biased here.
Oh, you neither one.
I got you. So, my fellow fans, I have not gone biased here, as I just said. I've gone Latrell Mitchell. Now, why have I done that? His strength and his ability, I think we saw it the other day when he was within the 10-metre line to score a try, he just barged over about 4 to 5 players and put it down. That was just something in itself. So I can't get over Latrell's strength and the ability for him to be in those areas and just put himself over the line, which I don't think anyone else can do.
Yeah, funnily enough, I put the bias aside. I haven't gone with Teddy. I've gone Latrell's strength as well. I just think I always say he's just an indigenous freak. He's just built different, and his strength is just crazy. Like, he's got that crazy build where there's just a lot of like the indigenous boys, they're just big, strong, and super fit, and like his strength is crazy.
Fair enough. Like it. All right. Add to your character here. Would you take Cleary's mindset, Reynolds' vision, Cherry Evans' kicking game, or Hines' running game? It's a bit of a tricky one here. So you guys have Latrell's strength, both of you. So who are you taking?
Are you going first this time?
Yeah, I'll go first. Cleary's mindset. To be so young and to win 2 comps and already represent your state and country, that mindset is just incredible. The way he thinks about the game, the way he executes. That time when he took that penalty on the buzzer against Parramatta, kicked for touch, perfect position, snaps a 40-metre field goal, 2-point field goal. Just incredible. We need his mindset if we got Latrell's strength already.
Yeah. Cleary's good. You know he's better.
No, I'm not sure.
DCE.
Oh, come on.
And I'll tell you why. Cleary's Mr. Clutch. But I'll tell you right now, DCE showed him up last year. How and why? Why can I say that? Because Queensland won the Origin Series. And they also won it with the worst Queensland side ever. DCE.
That was all Munster.
No, DCE pulled up there. And everyone knows it. But everyone hates DCE. But honestly, with the strength of Latrell and the kicking game in DCE, can't go past that.
He's not wrong. All right, last one. You got Munster's dummy, Burnham's bomb, or Luai's step. What are you taking to complete your player? This is to complete your overall player, and the fans will choose who would they rather be.
What position is this player? What position is the player?
You can play any 1, 6, or 7.
Josh, could you please repeat that?
Munster's dummy, Burnham's bomb, or Luai's step. We all know Luai's step. We see it probably 50 times a game.
H can go first with this one. What are you still thinking?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I've combined mine all together and I think I have the perfect player. So I've got Latrell's strength. Here, I'll show you guys. Latrell's strength, which I think the ability to break tackles in itself and get over the line, is good enough in itself, but we've also got DCE's kicking ability. To have Latrell's strength, DCE's kicking ability, and lastly, we've got Munster's dummy. I think that makes a complete player.
I've gone Munster's dummy too. Obviously, Latrell's strength is incredible. Munster's dummy, everyone always falls for it. Doesn't matter how many games he's played or how many times you've come up against him, you always fall for Munster's dummy. But instead of DCE's kicking ability, which he looks for a penalty every time he kicks for a ball, I've gone with Cleary's vision. Like, the vision is perfect. The way he's able to ice games and see things how they play out, and his kicking game, short game, long game. Cleary's got it, mate. That's my perfect player. Yeah, and I think the vision's more important if my player can play anywhere across the spine, whereas DC's kicking game might only be useful for a 7.
I like both players.
My player's a complete spine.
I can't pick.
My player's also known as Joseph Marvin.
Actually, not wrong. It's close.
That was a good game, Josh.
It was.
Yeah, it's hectic.
Vote the best player.
Vote the best player, guys.
That's right. Alright, we're going to go into the EPL title race. Boys, we spoke about it last week. It's happened. Arsenal have they folded? Or
Yeah, I think all the boys were talking about that training just before we got in. And I think everyone's came to the decision that Arsenal are not going to hold on.
Yeah.
Man City are the better team, and I'll tell that straight out right now. Arsenal have done so well. No discrediting them. They've done so well this season, but I think Man City are going to come over the top.
Yeah. Arsenal... Oh, man. I feel rude saying it. But they're like, we should change their name to Origami. They're getting folded up. And it's not even funny anymore, because actually it's still pretty funny. They're on 74 points with 7 games to go. And then City are on 70 points with 8 games to go. So it's only 4 points difference, and there's a game difference. So let's say City get the win, they're 1 point away. All right? Like, it's going to happen. It's inevitable. I don't know who I was talking to, a mate of mine the other day, was telling me how City had just notoriously finished well. They won 14 in a row a couple of years ago to win the league, like 14 games in a row in the Premier League to win. Yeah. That's just messed up. And they're going to do it. I don't see them dropping points until the end of the season, so never.
Yeah, we're going to feel for Saka here. We look back to the Euro when he missed the penalty. And it's tough. No one should be giving it to him, because, he's carried this team probably all season. And, just at the crucial point to put him up 3-1 and he's missed. How tough is that, Adrian, for a player?
Yeah, it is. Mentally, it is tough. I mean, the whole world sees it, especially with the social media and everything we have these days. It doesn't help at all. But all class, quality player, he'll bounce back, and I hope he does well. And
yeah. True.
Well, Adrian, given that you play football at a professional level, and you've represented for they call the Olyroos, the junior Socceroos?
The young Socceroos.
Young Socceroos? The Joeys, isn't it?
They got the Joeys under 17s,
okay.
And his young Socceroos, and Olyroos under 23s.
There we go.
Yeah.
Given that you've represented Australia at that level, if you were to miss a penalty in that situation, when you step up to take your next penalty, are you always thinking of that moment as a professional athlete? Like, are you always thinking about that penalty that you did miss? You know, even if it was like 2 years ago and you're just taking a penalty in a normal league game. Like, is there always something at the back of your mind? Do you feel as a player, like for soccer?
Yeah, in the moment, it's probably one of the. Well, for me personally, it's one of the worst things that I personally say I don't want to take a penalty. It is one of the most daunting, nerve-wracking and daunting things that you can possibly do. And I've done it in front of probably a crowd of 1,000 people in a serious situation. Let's say I think it was national championships in futsal. I had to take a penalty against New South Wales versus Queensland, and that was like tough in itself. And then I imagine myself watching the World Cup, and I've seen or the Euros, for example, seeing soccer. You know, you're walking down, and it's just that walk is probably the longest walk of your life. And just imagine hearing like 50, 60, 70,000 people just screaming.
Yeah.
And then that get into your head, and then, you know, you get home, you look on social media, everyone's taking a piss out of you. You know, for example, your family unhappy, the fans are unhappy, you know, your team are unhappy, and, you know, you get blamed for it, and
it's a lot of pressure.
It could be hard, and to look back on, especially in key moments like that, it kills you and your mental health, which is very important.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to Arsenal as they try to hold on. It'll be a great finish. Like, I'm not even a City or Arsenal fan at all, but I think City will catch them. Shout out to Aston Villa as well, 6th position. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
The winning streak. They got a good winning streak there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Champions League though, Real Madrid, Chelsea, they're up 2-0. Real Madrid, they'll take on Chelsea. I think Real Madrid will go through. I hope so, as a Madrid fan. It's tough for Adrian considering he supports both teams. What do you reckon?
No, all credit to Real Madrid. I love them. If they go through, I hope they win the thing. I'd love to see Chelsea do something tomorrow, but I've given up with hope. I've had a lot of hope, honestly, genuinely. We've had excuses this season because we haven't had the right team on the park, but we've had the right team on the park for the past month or so. We lost against, I'm pretty sure it was Aston Villa, with Kante on the pitch even, and he was our best player on the pitch, and I just can't stand it. And I thought Champions League, maybe they're saving themselves for that, and they came out and did that. They got to prove themselves tomorrow, and they got to show why Chelsea is a world-class team.
Yeah, well, this will come out when the game is done, I guess, and so we'll see the result of Napoli and Milan as well. But Milan's up 1-0. That's AC Milan. It's just crazy that Inter Milan. I can't believe there are 3 Italian teams in there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone saw that coming, and they're probably all going to be really close games. So I don't know who wins that. What do you guys think?
Look, I think it's a draw, and AC Milan go through, and then Inter Milan beat Benfica, and then it's Inter versus AC. It's just a Milan fest, which that'll be awesome. But you know, the flip side of that, it really sucks because City will go through against Bayern. I believe they're already up 3-0. Yeah. City and Madrid are on the same side, so City and Madrid are going to verse in the semis.
Not again.
Not again. Not again for City fans. I'm keen, but it would be mad to see a City Madrid final because I'd rather City fans cry in the final rather than the semi. Yeah. It'll hurt them a bit more. But we could get City and Madrid again.
Yeah.
And then Inter versus AC. How mad would that be?
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty good.
There's guaranteed going to be an Italian team in the final unless Benfica do something special.
Yeah. Wow, this is exciting.
It is, but remember the Haaland song? He's here to win the Champions League. He's gonna win the Champions League.
I highly doubt it. I'm so.
Haaland.
What are you more confident in, Adrian? Real Madrid defeating Man City or Man City not being able to win a Champions League title no matter who they verse?
I just think Real Madrid. I think honestly. I don't think I think Real Madrid are stronger than City. Honestly.
Same here, all round.
Oh, that's tough. I don't know. But last season losing the way we did was tough. I think, and if we come up against each other again, I think City take it personal and they win against Madrid. That's what I think. But good game.
Have you watched Vinny Jr. play?
Yeah.
You know, I generally haven't seen him lose a one-on-one battle. When he's attacking, he's
which sucks so much with Brazil in the World Cup. I know it was a little while ago now, but
yeah.
Man, it's just
next World Cup they still got a lot of young guns.
Yeah, they'll still be good. But Australia will win that one. Come on. All right, Josh, hit us with the AFL games to watch, and we'll wrap up.
Yeah, let's go with it. I mean, it was a pretty pretty rough last week of AFL, and there were a lot of blowout games. Did I mix up my words there?
No. Adrian
My
was,
bad. It was a rough week, and this week I'm going with 2 Sydney teams to be game of the round. So we got Giants v Brisbane, which is going to be a blockbuster. I think high scoring.
Ooh.
Giants won, Brisbane won. They're coming out to both keep a record, so that's one game to watch. And then you got the Swannies against Geelong. You know, 2 world class teams. You know, it's the grand final rematch.
Yeah.
And you have to watch it, because if you're a rugby league fan, it's probably the one you want to watch this week. And in that game, our player is Isaac Heaney in that match. So watch him tear Geelong to shreds.
Nice.
Who wins the grand final rematch?
I think Swannies win this match. Redemption.
Yeah, well, I'm keen. We knew Swannies were going to get pumped in that final, but not that much.
Yeah,
not by that much.
Yeah,
that was abuse. That was some Tigers 0-5 shit.
The Tigers have been done bad in this podcast.
Yeah,
Poor Tigers.
We're never going to get any Tigers players on here.
Yeah, probably.
It'll be a lot closer because Geelong haven't had the best start to the season as I thought they would. Swannies have had a strong start.
Yeah.
It'll be close.
Win the flag.
Wow. Oh, well.
Well, we'll wrap it up there. We've got some more info coming around sport very soon, so stay tuned. Some exciting things on the page, but I think Sportshedtv out.
Sportshedtv out.
Wash it out.